What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, everybody. If you are watching very quickly on the replay, we got the free Amazon class going down at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see a bunch of you guys there. Make sure you grab your invite down below in the description. And then, yeah, just let me know any specific questions you guys have about selling Amazon. I'll be live for probably 30 minutes or so. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon later tonight on the free class. So, yeah, lots of St. Patrick's Day sales still going as well. So if you guys are looking for kind of some opportunity for sourcing, there's still lots of good stuff. Spend for me and my team's been pretty good this week. Lots of good deals to snipe. And if you don't know how to source super effectively, then make sure on the class tonight we'll show you how to solve that. What's up, Diaz? How's it going? Sweet. So let me know if you guys have any specific questions. And then we've also got the bracket challenge. So there's like 150 of you guys in there right now. We're giving away some money if you guys are I got the best bracket of all the Amazon sellers. Excited to see who wins that. Let's see. Greetings from Phoenix. What's up, man? How's it going? Let's see. What's up, Bunny? Yeah. So let me know if you guys have any questions there. But yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of good opportunities going on with St. Patrick's Day sales still going. And then we'll also have like Easter sales coming up pretty quick. Summer will be here before you know it. Bunch of holiday kind of a summer sales rush with like the seasons changing. People just start to buy a bunch of kind of newer just new products to throw in the rotation. Shorts, that kind of thing. New supplements for summer, that kind of thing. So we're really getting into the fun part of the year for Amazon sellers. So yeah, good time to get serious about it. But just make sure you prioritize on making those first sales as quick as possible. That's the big thing. Let's see. You're a new Amazon seller, been posting products and no one's purchased yet. Yeah. So the way you make sales on Amazon, let's say you want to sell this toy. This toy has a listing on Amazon, and basically any product you want to sell on Amazon is going to have an existing listing. As long as your product is on there with the same price and generally the same shipping speed as whoever has the fastest of those. So let's say right now there's an FBA seller selling this for $25. If you put this on the listing for $25 FBA, then you're going to make sales too. And the sales will like kind of naturally rotate between sellers. Where you might not be making sales, maybe your price is too high, or if you're like an FBM seller, so you're shipping direct to the customer and you're competing with someone who's an FBA seller, they're letting Amazon do the shipping for them. They might have more success making sales just because that's what Amazon tends to prioritize as far as rotating the buy box, basically, is how it works. Let's see. Yeah. So keep it rolling. You've been watching. Yeah. Appreciate it, MJ. You did FBM. Yeah. Try FBA then. Yeah. How much money would you need to start on Amazon FBA? At least like $1,000, I'd say. It's better if you have like 2,000 or more. But you'll need like 150, $200 or so for like the software and the Amazon seller account. So SellerAmp, Keepa, Boxem, and then the Amazon seller account. That's kind of your overhead. And then the rest is just as much as you can spend on inventory as possible. If you don't have a ton of money, just start hitting thrift stores, sell like used books, anything you already got laying around the house. Basically, that's what I did. And I was able to kind of grow that into having like a decent amount of money to actually throw into the business. See, how do you get ungated to sell HP? So any brand you guys want to get ungated to sell, you'll just grab an invoice for 10 units from any legit supplier. So Target, Walgreens, Walmart, that kind of thing. And submit that invoice to Amazon, and you'll get approved there. You might have to submit a couple times. Just add as much information as you can to the tracking information, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, how much? Yeah, if you're trying to sell on Amazon, you need like $2,000 or so. Charmaine, yeah. How much did you start off with? I started with like $1,500. I had like the money I'd made in like my high school job. Just started selling like used books and any kind of like cheap products I could get my hands on, and then was able to grow that into just kind of naturally snowballing that money up into now I've sold coming up on $6 million in total sales. So yeah, just kind of get started with what you have. A lot of people might start with 50 grand. If you got $500, that's what you got, and there's you got some work to do, basically. Yeah. Sweet. And for all of you guys that are asking like lots of good questions, in about 2 hours we're doing a free class as well. So we're gonna source products, show you how to get ungated, show you some kind of like live exclusive stuff as well. So if you want to see like exactly how to do everything, make sure you guys are on the free class. I dropped that in the chat on YouTube, and then on TikTok it's up in my bio. It's completely free. So if you're looking for a good like free way to learn the game all in one place, it's like the best free Amazon content on the internet, basically. Distills like 6+ years of experience down into one night. So I'll see you guys. See a bunch of you guys there. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work, Anthony. You just gotta submit. The only reason it wouldn't work is if the brand is not letting you submit applications right now, in which case you just find a new brand to sell, basically. Let's see. Yeah, let me know. Let's see. Can you make let's see. Is there software that stops Amazon from hopping on listings? No, because like Amazon can sell on big listings if they want to, but it's not as big of an issue as you think. I can't really think of the last time that I had Amazon hop on a listing that was really good for us. You just look at the past history of the item and make sure that Amazon isn't like consistently selling it and hogging all the sales, that kind of thing. You'll also find like certain brands that have lots of good sales online, like lots of good, great places to buy it online or in stores, that kind of thing. That Amazon just never sells, and those are the things that I prioritize a lot of. Yeah, like $2,000, Lucas. Yeah, like $2,000. See, Parts Town website legit. So I've never heard of that specific website, but if you guys are looking to figure out like if a website you're buying from is legit or not, check and see if there are check and see if that website has like cash back linked. So like go to, like a Rakuten or a Top Cashback. If those portals have any like cash back with that website, they basically like reviewed it and proved that they've done a little bit of work to say, hey, this site's probably legit. If they take PayPal, that's a good way to know that it's probably legit as well, just because it's easy to get your money back through PayPal if you don't end up getting what you paid for, basically. Yeah. A lot of people talking about Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's a good way to do it. A lot of people talking about Amazon actually learned from myself and one of my friends as well. So it's awesome to see lots of people just kind of like sharing the wealth. Yeah, there's a lot of money to go around on Amazon. Can you take products from another country and sell on Amazon? Yeah, you definitely can. There's a lot of people like specifically I know a lot of like Canadian sellers. They'll like have some of their favorite products that you can only get in Canada, and they'll ship it down to the US and kind of sell it at a premium to like people who move from Canada to America. There's examples of that all over. Like I was importing a product from Australia for a while. It's like a popular product in Australia, and you can charge a premium. That's a good way to go about it for sure. Yeah, bunch of different ways to make some money on Amazon, basically. So you met an Amazon seller doing $60 million a year with online arbitrage. That's a big operation there. You got a big team. I'm thinking to hire a VA. Yeah, Malik, I know you've been in it for a little bit. I would not hire help as far as like hiring virtual assistants, that kind of thing, unless you're at a point in your business where you know exactly where you would spend another 40 hours a week, right? If you're at that point where it's like, all right, I know I'd spend 40 hours a week on this website sourcing these deals, then you can start to like hire people. A lot of people kind of hire a little bit too soon, and they don't really know how to train or like effectively like coach their team. I know you've been around for a little bit now though, Malik. So if that's where you're at and where you'd spend a bunch more time and you got plenty of money sitting around, then might make sense to hire some people to help. See, is like $1,000 enough for FBA wholesale? Not for wholesale, just because like if you're doing wholesale, you're buying at least like $300 to $500 of an item at a time. So that's like 3 items basically. If you have like $1,000, you want to go to thrift stores or local retail stores and start scanning the stuff on the shelf, basically. That way you can buy $1 items, $5 items, $10 items, buy a couple of it, see how fast it sells, and then restock if it does really well. But there's a lot less risk, basically. Yeah. So lots of good questions. And a lot of you guys, if you want to see like some live exclusive like sourcing information, talk about ungating, come ask questions. After we kind of dive into like a real like 90-minute plus kind of free Amazon class for you guys, that's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. So that's down below on YouTube and up in the bio on TikTok. That's kind of the best way to learn everything for free as well. So see a bunch of you guys there. Should you get a reseller's permit before doing anything? You don't have to. I definitely didn't, and the reason for that is a lot of websites won't actually even accept a resale permit unless you are like a charity, basically. Some websites like Walmart will. There's no reason not to like get it in motion, but I would start selling stuff before you have like the resale permit. You can do both at the same time though. I like how you're thinking though. It's a good way to like save some money on your purchases. Is it best to have your price close to the buy box? Yeah. So whenever you're trying to make sales on Amazon, just look at that add to cart button, and then you generally want to make your price the same or slightly higher than that, and you'll generally be able to make kind of even sales with the other people that are on that listing already, basically. Best to sell private label or wholesale. So both of those are kind of expensive to start. It's neither are the best way to start. What you want to do is start looking for like name brand stuff like this. You can see I bought this at my local Marshalls for like $2. You see the price tag on there. And this already has a listing on Amazon that already sells super well. So it's a lot simpler. You're buying a couple units of things or buying a whole bunch of things that already sell really well. Like my business, like 95% buying from big websites and flipping that stuff on Amazon. We did right around 2.5 million last year, closer to like 2.6. So it is pretty scalable. Like once you kind of learn the basics as well. There's lots of good ways to make money on Amazon though. How do you do product track? So it depends on, not exactly sure what you're meaning there, but the big thing, like where scalability comes in with your products is if you're talking about like tracking all the leads you've sourced in the past. So on SellerAmp, like the product sourcing software, you will like click like just a button that says like purchased or like specific holidays, that kind of thing, and you'll start making lists of products that are good for specific times of year, products you bought in the past. And then when those sales come back around or that like the right season comes back around, you just check that spreadsheet you've already made and restock basically. Yeah. But yeah, like every item you find you should make it easier on yourself to find the next one. So you'll start to see, products you can restock and products that are very similar to things that you've sourced in the past. Exactly. Let's see. Yeah, we don't sell leads or anything like that. Yeah, there's not really any value. So there are companies that like sell you leads and stuff like that. Those aren't really valuable long term because number one, they're feeding them to too many people at the same time, so they don't stay profitable. And number two, you need to be like kind of self-sufficient as an Amazon seller too. So yeah, I've got plenty of like YouTube videos, and then also in the free class, we'll show you how to find a bunch of products, and those actually stay profitable instead of like paying somebody to source leads that they're sharing with a bunch of other people as well. Yeah, so let me know whether other questions you guys got here. Are you packaging the items yourself? So I ship most of my stuff to a prep center. And a prep center, you can also get a prep center like a sales tax free state. So you ship to that prep center, you don't pay sales tax. And a lot of times the money you save versus not paying sales tax versus like shipping to yourself and paying sales tax, like saves you time and money basically. So that's how it is for me. So I ship everything to a prep center, and then they use Boxum to ship it all off to Amazon. Kind of makes it faster, tracks how much money we're making, that kind of thing. Yeah, so SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing products, and then Boxum for like making the shipments, whether you're doing it yourself or your prep center is doing it. That'll make your shipments and like track your profit and that kind of thing. Let's see, bots to auto purchase products. There definitely are. I haven't done too much of that, but it's kind of technical. Depends on the website. Definitely something you can get in the weeds on. Let's see. Can you sell health and household as an individual account? You can. There's no like, so if you're here on a live stream, there's not really any reason for you to be an individual seller account. It's like $40 a month. You also save on fees as a pro account, and you can like actually use software. So clearly you're serious enough about it to like actually just get the pro account. You'll have an easier time getting ungated and making some sales, winning the buy box, that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see. You had the fastest shipping time, lowest price, still not getting sales. So if you're an FBA seller, I wonder if it's probably still on the way checking in at Amazon, or just check the buy box rotation and see if there's like one specific person winning a ton of the sales basically. Do you need an LLC to start? You don't technically need one. That's kind of up to your like personal situation. I didn't have one. I was like a broke college kid when I started selling on Amazon. So I didn't care. But if you got like a family, a house, that kind of thing, then you probably talk to a CPA if you already got some money. But if you're broke like I was when I started, then I did not have an LLC. You find it hard to scan products? Yeah. So finding the first product, I remember it took me like a couple days to find my first product. There's not really any reason why it should take that long these days. Like what we're going to show you guys on the free class and all this stuff on YouTube makes it way simpler than it was when I was getting started. But finding that first product is not supposed to be easy, right? It's not easy to like learn any brand new skill, right? But once you find that first product, like it makes every product after that, easier to find. You're finding similar products, similar opportunities. You're finding some other stuff like based on that same sale opportunity you already found. Plus, you don't want it to be like free money to walk in and source some products, right? You want it to take a little bit of elbow grease so that there's kind of a barrier to entry, so it stays profitable. Yeah. Started as an FBM seller. Seems like you're not making profit at all. Yeah. So check the SellerAmp profit calculator. So just plug in like your cost on that item, plug in like the estimated cost that you're going to pay for shipping. So for FBM, it's going to be anywhere from like $4 to $10, depending on how heavy that item is. Sometimes more than that. So just make sure you're including all your fees and just plug it into SellerAmp, and you'll see it. Yeah. Let's see. So you're saying the app isn't scanning products. So if you're scanning products in store and it's not popping up, then it's probably because that product doesn't exist on Amazon yet. Or if you're scanning like with SellerAmp and you scan the UPC, some listings don't have the UPC like attached to it. So you will want to, you can take like a picture of it. So like the bottom right corner, there's a magnifying glass on SellerAmp. You can take a picture of the product and it'll use AI to like find that listing if it does exist. So you can try that as well. Let's see. Why is almost everything gated? So you want products to be gated. You want there to be a barrier to entry, and you want there to be products that people can't just list and sell like fake stuff from China or wherever, right? Luckily, it's not hard to get ungated. If you need like a quick guide on that, just look up like Fields of Profit ungating on YouTube. Just buy 10 from any legit site, submit that to Amazon. Yeah, Amazon would be miserable if there was not gating, because then you'd just be competing with a bunch of fake inventory. Basically, prices would be crazy. Let's see, private label or wholesale better in 2025. So you there's a better way to start, and it's just selling like name brand stuff that you can get at local retail stores, big websites, that kind of thing. So the vast majority of my business is just buying from websites like Walgreens, Target, Kohl's, Vitacost, iHerb, stuff like that, and buying it in bulk and flipping that on Amazon. Let's see. Yeah, Leilani, you don't need that software. Just use Boxum for that. Because Boxum does all like the analytics stuff that software tracks, and you can make shipments, which that software can't. So you're kind of getting like half the software that Boxum is. So you're more RA or OA. So I'm vast majority OA just because it's more scalable. But RA is great in the early days because the only competition for retail arbitrage, like going out to stores, scanning stuff, is the people that are in your local area, right? With online arbitrage, you're competing against anyone else that wants to like dig through websites and figure out how to make items cheap. So there's more of a learning curve to online arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is just, are you willing to do the work? So like a lot of really smart Amazon sellers that scale fast, they'll go to local retail stores while they're learning the online game. And then after 2 or 3 months, it'll make a lot more sense to do online arbitrage. You'll kind of mastered all the basics, that kind of thing. But most people who hit like 10, 20K months pretty quick are doing both. And then they get out of retail arbitrage once online arbitrage is making sense. Just because it's a lot more scalable to buy stuff online. You ever worked with liquidators? You got to be careful buying from liquidators because a lot of them don't source their stuff with a proper supply chain. So just the reality of selling on Amazon is you got to know where every single unit you're buying from, where every single unit came from. So for example, like that's why I like to buy all my stuff from like big websites. Amazon has seen Walgreens. They know Walgreens is real. They know Vitacost is real. If you're buying from some like small local liquidator, they might not have seen that source. And then they might ask for their source and they might not like that source. So just like if you're doing liquidation and like working with small wholesale companies, just make sure that if it comes to it, just that they're willing to prove that they're buying stuff from like a legit source. There's lots of big sellers who do buy from those, but just be careful. Make sure you're not buying from like a wholesaler that's not selling stuff that's super legit, basically. What up, Sadiq? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. Yeah, you can just dig through Google if you need a prep center. Just look up Prep Center Oregon, Prep Center Montana, any state that sells, any state that has no sales tax, basically. Yeah. You do private label or wholesale. So I do arbitrage. So just buying like stuff from local retail stores and big online websites. Just because a lot of times the prices after you use like kind of the right coupons and discounted gift cards, that kind of thing, tends to be cheaper than big wholesalers, which was surprising to me. Like I got pretty deep into wholesale. I was like, wait, I'm seeing a lot of cheaper prices just buying it from big websites. So I just stuck with buying stuff from websites, basically. But yeah, there's a million good ways to make some money on Amazon. I just like selling stuff that is online arbitrage, basically. Is it okay to buy products not sold by Walmart on their platform? So I would not buy from third-party sellers on Walmart. Just because you don't know where they're sourcing from. You know that Walmart is buying from legit distributors, right? Like they've been doing it for who knows how long, right? Like 80, 100 years, something like that. The random small company that's selling on Walmart might not be using such like legitimate sources. So Amazon might not like that as much. Yeah. Can you start with wholesale without going into OA? You can. It's just going to take you a lot longer to start seeing a profit. Just because it's a lot more upfront work with wholesale, basically. But do whatever feels right for you, man. Yeah, pretty much all the most successful, like fast growing Amazon sellers I know are doing a good chunk of online arbitrage and wholesale, just because there's opportunities everywhere. There's no reason to like limit yourself into doing one specific thing. A lot of times your prices are lower doing OA too. Margins tend to be higher doing OA, and it tends to be easier to buy in bulk doing wholesale. So it's like a good balance you can strike basically. Is a guarantee to ungate if you use a real supplier from a wholesaler. So I've actually had way more trouble getting ungating and like authenticity complaints, that kind of thing, proven with wholesale invoices, which is not like the typical stuff that you hear, but just because Amazon's seen all these big websites before, they might not have seen your specific wholesaler. And I've even had to ask my wholesaler to give me their invoices because they didn't like the wholesaler I was working with. But once I showed them the wholesaler that they were buying from, the Amazon approved it. So just make sure that whoever you're buying from is willing to kind of show you the supply chain if it comes down to it. Is a repricer necessary? It's not repricer to get, it's not necessary to get started, but once you got like 10, 20 products, it just makes sense. Like if it's like $25 a month for a repricer, right? So if you're checking your prices every day, you're valuing your time at way less than, like $10, $15 an hour, which if you're starting a business, I would hope that you're treating your time like it's worth more than that. So it's just one of those things that makes sense, right? So same thing for like using Boxem, right? So it makes shipments a lot faster, tracking your profit. You're not digging through spreadsheets. It's just one of those things of like, if you're treating your time like it's actually worth as a business owner, sometimes you gotta buy some stuff. Yeah, be frugal in your personal life, but you got to spend some money to make it when it comes to running a business. It's a good amount of money to start with, like $2,000 or so. You can start with less, but if you have less than that, you're probably hitting like local retail stores, hitting thrift stores, that kind of thing, until you have a good amount of money to start buying from like online websites. That'll be a little more scalable. Best category to sell OA as a new seller. There's no real reason to like pigeonhole yourself down into one category. The best categories to sell are categories that have brands that are sold on lots of different websites, because then a lot of different websites have to compete with each other on pricing. And that's where we make money, right? So for me personally, that's been stuff like makeup and clothes and like shoes, that kind of thing. Vitamins is another good one. Just brands that are sold on lots of different places, so that there's price competition basically. Yeah, and if you guys are wanting to see like specific products you can sell on Amazon, like how to source those products, and then we're also showing some stuff that is not on YouTube anywhere. That's going to be on the free class tonight. So 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys are on YouTube, it's down below. On TikTok, it's up in my bio. It's on like a separate private call. So make sure you grab that invite, and we'll send you an invitation to that. We'll show you a bunch of good stuff about how to get started basically. But you do need that invite. Like I said, it's on a private call. Should you start an RA with your country before expanding to another one? If you're in Canada, yeah, go for it. I know some very smart folks selling out of Canada. They do retail arbitrage as well. You can watch some stuff on YouTube to learn how to do retail arbitrage as well. The stores will probably just be different. I'm not exactly sure what kind of discount stores you have access to up in Canada, but I'm sure you'll figure something out there. Let's see. Do you think TikTok Shop is behind Amazon in the industry? I mean, it kind of depends on what you're focused on. If I was selling like my own brand, I'd be doing TikTok Shop as well as Amazon. But since I'm just like reselling name brand stuff, there's no reason. Everyone's already looking for like big products like this. They're already searching for products like this on Amazon. So all I have to do is source it as cheap as possible. There's no like ads or anything like that to worry about. Let's see. If you use a prep center, should you still use Boxem? Yeah. So your prep center will use Boxem for you, Eduardo. And a lot of prep centers have been switching over to Boxem because it is like the shipment software that is just like the fastest these days. So yeah, if you want to just have your prep center use your login, basically, you can also give them like a guest access, so you can just like limit what they have access to. And yeah, a lot of prep centers have been switching to Boxem because the other ones have been kind of crappy lately. Do you need a reseller permit? You don't need one. It can definitely save you some money though. Yeah, so no reason not to do it, basically. A lot of websites won't accept it unless you're like a charity, but stuff like Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, a lot of websites like that will accept it, and there's no reason not to save some money, basically. Let's see. Can two people post the same thing? Yeah, so there can be 100, I've seen listings with literally like 1,000 people on it before. So like, for example, if you went to list this product on Amazon, I think there's like a couple sellers already on this listing when I was checking it. And then you get on this listing, you put your price at the same, like the buy box price of the add to cart button price. And then you also use FBA shipping, or you have like a nice fast FBM shipping. your sales are going to naturally rotate between other sellers who also have like a good competitive price and that kind of thing, basically. Fake sneeze. All right, cool. Is FBA profitable? Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't be hundreds of thousands of people doing it as their full-time job if it was not profitable. Yeah. Let's see, what type of Amazon do you do? So I resell name brand stuff from big websites, local retail stores, that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see, novice FBA doing. You've been selling books, moving into other good products. What's a good scanner to find products? Yeah, so you'll use SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing name brand stuff, and that's kind of all you'll want to have for sourcing online retail stores, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, like while you're out doing books, like that's what I did too, man. Like I started with I sold used books for like a year, which was a little too long. I'm sure you're realizing that too. There's more scalability selling stuff outside of used books. But when you're out and you're doing your book runs, go hit like a TJ Maxx or Marshalls, add that into a rotation, and kind of start learning the name brand game as well. Let's see, is that considered Amazon online arbitrage? Yeah, exactly, Susanna. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, you just joined. How? Yeah, so just if you're asking like how you sell on Amazon, it's just selling like just name brand stuff, right? So you buy it at retail stores, big websites, and like the tactical sourcing methods, you can just like learn for free on YouTube. You can look up Fields of Profit on YouTube, or tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we got a free class as well. So if you just want to like learn the basics, know how to source products, get approved to sell brands, like get the Amazon seller account, that kind of thing, we'll show you how to make your next $5,000-10,000 in profit on the free class tonight. And like I said, it's completely free. So that's up in the bio on TikTok, down below on YouTube. Yeah, and let me know if you have any like specific questions. Happy to help. If there's multiple sellers, where will it show? Because you posted a product that was ungated. Yeah, so if you posted a product, you'll see your store name on that listing. And then just make sure like your price and shipping speed is good, and you'll naturally rotate in and out of the buy box. That's what it's called when you're like winning that add to cart button. You don't need UPC codes for arbitrage. No, because the products that we sell already have UPC codes linked to the listings. All you have to do is source products that are cheap enough that you can sell it for more on Amazon. Basically, generally you're sourcing things for about half of what you end up selling them for on Amazon. So if it's like a $30 item on Amazon, you're figuring out how do I use a coupon or the right sale, that kind of thing, to get this product for $15. Because a lot of times, and the majority of like the best products, it'll be like $20 at the brand's website or something like that. It'll be like $30 on Amazon, and then you use a coupon, maybe some cash back, discounted gift card, that kind of thing, to create the profit margin. That's where a lot of people get it wrong, is they're expecting to look online and just see like, oh, this sells for $10 here, sells for $30 on Amazon. Easy. Sometimes things are like that, but the best products are the ones that take a little bit of like digging to create the profit margin. That way, it's like harder for other people to copy. And then things just stay profitable that way. So you're creating profit margin, you're not finding it typically. That's kind of like, that's like a good like mental shift to think about. Good way to get reviews for a brand new account. So having reviews doesn't really matter. Getting your first one will help like slightly as far as like making some extra sales on listings. I haven't seen much benefit beyond that. But when you make a sale, you can like open up the orders tab, and there's a button that says request review, and it'll send like an automated email. Once you have your first review, I wouldn't really mess with it. But yeah, that can be a good idea to try to get your first review. Let's see. You have capital, you want to do some wholesale. You're scared to buy like 500 or something. Yeah, so if you're scared to buy like that much of something, then start doing like local flips. So just go to like retail stores, look at big websites for just stuff like this that you can buy 5 of, 10 of, 20 of, right? And then once you're building up that confidence, if you feel confident to buy 500, then awesome, right? But I agree. Like I wouldn't want to start a brand new business and buy like 500 or something. You're risking, $2,000 or $5,000 on something you've never tested before. That's why like buying from websites is a good idea, because you can buy 5 of it. You can risk $50. If you make a horrible decision, then all you lose is $100, right? Versus a wholesale buy that goes wrong, you can lose like thousands. Yeah, no reason to like kind of spend more than you can afford, basically. What time is the call tonight? Yeah, so 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing the free Amazon class. Yeah, so I'll show you guys how to source products, just some stuff that's not on YouTube at all. So it's always fun to see some minds blown on the free class. So make sure you guys register in the bio or down below in the description on YouTube. Yeah, it's a group call. Yeah. So anyone who wants to come hang out tonight, there'll be a live chat. We'll be sourcing some products together, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, just keep submitting, Justin. You might also add like tracking information, that kind of thing. Where's the link for the free call? Yeah, so it's up in my bio on TikTok if you guys want to come to the free class, or down below in the description on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, first name, you'll want to use Boxum for listing products. It's cheaper than those other two tools that you mentioned, and it has more features. Yeah, check out Boxum. You can try it for 2 weeks for free. It's designed for online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, wholesale sellers, that kind of thing. Some private label sellers and booksellers using it as well, but mostly for yeah, you can use it for books as well, man. Let's see. Can you explain how you handle a return for FBM? Yeah, so it'll just go back to you, Sarah. And then when it shows back up at you, depending on your settings, it will either auto authorize the refund. That's like the default when it scans the label. So like when they take it back to UPS or the post office or whatever, it'll auto authorize that refund. Otherwise, you might have to authorize the refund manually. But I assume if you're asking that, you haven't messed with the defaults. Yeah. Sweet. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap up stream for now. I'll see you guys in 88 minutes for the free class. So a bunch of cool stuff to show you guys. If you want to come ask more questions after the show, we'll answer a lot of like the more beginner questions. So you're like tactical how to source products tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's down below or up above if you're on TikTok. And I will see you guys again very soon. Good vibes. Sweet. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Justin, Bryce. Good to see you guys.